Let's have a beautiful experience. In this video, we're going to talk about clarity and how it can increase your size, make your penis bigger, and naturally raise testosterone and human growth hormone. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it. Alright, before we get started here, please do me a huge favor. Please, like and subscribe to the channel. Give me the Art of Fonzarelli, yay! And, make sure you, follow me on my social media. I go by, Jesus_Detroit on my Instagram, Snapchat, I'm YOUNGDAYGO. Tell some friends, it's a beautiful thing. And that's right, we're here talking about how clarity can definitely increase your size and help you naturally raise, testosterone, because that's what we're all about here in the BCC, the Big Cock Collective, the Big Cock Consciousness, where I can help you manifest the best, a bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder penis. Get that HGH going, the skin glowing, hair flowing, hell, your body growing, man. That's what we're all about here. And, when we're talking about clarity, this gets me off to the right start by saying, if you want beauty to appear, you got to keep this clear. And what that all correlates with is getting out of the way of your thoughts. And I reiterate this in a lot of my videos because I feel that clarity is the only way you're going to, accept growth into your flow. And when you're going off with all these other tangents and things of just getting in your own way, you're going to distract from the one way of what we're trying to go. And me, I do that Wu Wei flow, the Tao practice, the path of least resistance. It's just what you do in the, going with the flow of the day. And, meditation practices are definitely something that can help you along the way. And when you want to meditate, it's more or less just being able to see thoughts as things. I gotta say this, man, I really believe in it. And, when you go across your just day-to-day, every day, just, find your, you gotta find time for you to be able to free your mind. And that's where that whole Matrix quote, I just love to just reiterate, if you want to be clear for growth, it's like when Morpheous was talking to Neo, and Neo's like, whoa, so you said I could dodge bullets? Saying that your penis can grow bigger, something along those lines. No, honestly, but what it all comes down to is being clear for growth. When he's on that building, and, when he's telling them that, you got to free your mind, Neo. And that's what I'm saying here. You got to free your mind to increase your size. One of my favorite quotes to say. So go ahead and write that down. Say, free your mind, increase your size. I am clear for growth. And that's one of the things that you really got to go with because, we are divine. We are magic. Write that down. It feels powerful and beautiful to say it. Man, I got this glitter and I got some glitter on my skin today. I got some magic in my veins. And I just feel the inclination to share that every time I'm with you guys because at the end of it all, we're a reflection of one another. And what's inside of you is inside of me. It's inside the blue. And I always got to say that all truths are true. So you just got to find the ones that make you. And when you're going with that flow and you're just understanding that you want to be clear to grow, it helps you, look at things from a place of a neutral perspective, and it helps you out with any situation that you may have been in. And I have videos on like time traveling theory where you can go back in time and change a particular situation that you were in by, changing it in here, because essentially this is all of where we're at. I mean, this is one of my quotes I gotta say. We might all live on the same planet, but we're all from different worlds, man. And as long as that world is coming with love, you can do no wrong. And, that's one of my biggest messages here, man. Preach that love, keep your mind clear, have that beauty appear, always come with love, always spread it along every which way that you can. And when we're going with that notion, all that type of flow and ocean of love and just spreading it out any which way that you can, you're going to understand that you're looking at any situation that you've been in, how it made you feel. If you were, if you felt bad about something, and you're gonna keep bringing, I guess there's a kicking a dead horse or whatever, one of those, some type of analogy or whatever. And if, like I say, man, as long as I'm getting you smiling, I'm doing something right. And if you're watching something great on TV tonight or whatever you got to do, watching it on the YouTube, if it's making you feel beautiful, then I'm just here to just say, hey, you're doing something right. The smile is divine. It's made inside the mind. And whenever you're laughing, we are in our best light. So whatever you do out there, if you're laughing today, I intend on you to spread love and laugh. Get to the source of where we're really at and understand that all these other things are just distractions. And that's where clarity is coming into play. And what I got to say about it is you're getting out of your way. Say, I'm getting out of my own way. And when we do this, you're looking at it from that neutral perspective. You look back on what you did and you're beating yourself up like my boss did this, that, or the other, whatever the situation is, because everything, whatever. You can essentially go back into that situation and replay the outcome the way you wanted to see it. And as long as, like I said, come with the love, but as long as it's making you feel something better than what really happened, then you're doing something right. And in the words of George Costanza, I'm a Seinfeld guy. I love all kinds of comedy. I got a comedic mind. I love movies. I love it all. And, like the words of George Costanza, this is something that, it's true, It's not a lie if you believe it. So write that down. It's not a lie if you believe it. And I know that might sound crazy or whatever. It might sound like, you could take it like that's no way to be. You gotta, you gotta take your battles and you gotta, be able to look in the mirror at the end of the day and be able to say, did I lie? Did I cheat? Did I steal? And you gotta be able to look at that man at the end, at the other side, or whoever you are, that spirit, and you gotta answer, no, I didn't. And of course, that was one of my gym teachers that gave me that motion right there. So give credit where it's due, Mr. Baracci. How you doing? Anyways, what I'm coming with that is, you don't have to beat yourself up over what you did. And, if you got to go ahead and, give yourself some wax on, wax off, just kind of just clear the slate and replay it your way, there's nothing wrong with that. And, of course, if there's certain situations where you're going to have to, unravel the way it played out and understand you got to live with that, that's what you're going to have to do at that particular time, at that particular motion. But there is essentially only right now. And when you're in this now and you need to make that now feel better, that's what you got to do sometimes. And if that's putting a smile on your face, you're doing something right. And that's really all it comes down to when, you're talking about it's not a lie if you believe it. I'm not telling you to go out there and lie, because that's there's no way to be being up to society of being an overall genuine person. But you don't want to hurt yourself, because you gotta take care of this, man. I'm here for you, man. You want to start within, and if you got to do these things to help you out, then I'm all about it, man. You got to do that sometimes, and if it helps the situation kind of just play itself out, you're gonna, time heals all, essentially, because we don't even know if time exists. All that happens is, the story keeps going, and that chapter was, whatever. And some people can look back on a situation and they might be like, what, like maybe it did play out like that, and it's like at the end of it all, really, who cares, But like I say, certain situations, everything's got their different A to Z, and the why is you, and what you got to do with that, man. That was a great universal flow, man. I'm gonna have to replay that and give myself a rewind and write that one down. You guys, if you guys heard that, write that sound bite. That was a beautiful sound bite. Breeze it, mate. I'm still here to say that I love you guys, and I intend on you guys to be the best, be as clear as you can, keep that mind clear for beauty to appear. You guys are beautiful. Anytime you look in the mirror, if you want to say what Barachi said or you want to say what I'm saying, just talk to that person, because you're talking to the universe at the end of the day. If you got to have a drink with that universe, if you got to say salute to that universe, you got to take care of that universe, because everything starts within. And if you're loving within, the love goes without, and the love comes back. It's just that, it's the flow of the wave, man. It's just kind of how it goes, man. And that's why that love is such an important ray to go with. And You know, we got those chakras just always roaring through our body. We got that third eye right there. We got the crown up there. We got the, we got the soul. We got a whole bunch of other ones, but the penis is on the root. Write that down. It always gets overlooked by all these spiritual gurus out there that just want to tell you to get away from the phone and unplug this, that, and the other, when everybody's plugged in at one way or another. And what I'm just saying is, get out of your own way. You don't have to do anything that's not in your flow. You know what I mean? You ain't got to go along with somebody else's path to make sure that you're, doing the best. And everybody, going along with these paths, having to knock down somebody else's method to, make their magic worth it. But it doesn't matter at the end of it all, because your magic, your divine, whatever's going to make it work for you will work. You just got to believe in who you are and understand that we're from the stars, and understand that we are, love, we are divine, we are magic, and everything that we have inside of us essentially is power. Clarity is power. Write that down. And I'm not the only one to say that. I'll give some shout out to Abraham Hicks and her channeling and all that, beautiful magic that she does. She spreads positivity along the way, helps wake up people. And I'm just here to wake you up and let you know that you can increase your size. You're not a prisoner to your own demise, your own situation, your own self-fulfilling prophecy of what you've been doing on a day-to-day. I'm somebody that's here to say that. My penis is continuously growing bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder. Get at me in the BCC. I can teach you the secrets, the techniques to help you manifest the best. Because, of course, you got to put action into practice, and you got to do the joking, the edging, and all that, the super edging, the masturbation for manifestation, and all these practices are, going to put you on the path for growth. But without having that clarity, it's like having, a garden that's not raked properly. You want to be able to plant those seeds, but you got to get out there and you got to cultivate, and you got to rake it all up and clean that dirt so those seeds stick to the earth, and then them seeds start to sprout. And in this case, we're talking about more muscle, more penis, more size, more love. I want to tell you guys that I believe in who you are. I believe in your penis. Never doubt it. We got to go with the triple D. And no, we ain't talking about generous diamonds and drives, Guy Fieri. We're talking about don't doubt your dick. I'm talking about believing that. Believe in what you got. Believe in who you are. Understand that you got a piece of the universe swinging between your knees, because that's what we're all about here, having that thing swing at the knees, thrive to the pecs, making you your best. And, of course, everybody's got their ideal size or whatever. But me, big is beautiful. You're beautiful. Your penis is beautiful. People believe in who you are. As soon as you believe that we're from the stars and that we have the power to do this, you will see and entertain that you have the power to do this, and you're gonna get a reflection back. And any situation that you were in that you might have not felt, the best in that situation, go ahead and just, rewrite it, the way you would have liked to play it out. Just go ahead and, you know what, I wanted my, my situation with my partner to feel like this. So you can rewrite that, play that one out, and then you're gonna be tuned in to have that for the next time. And you know what? And even if it doesn't, you know what? You got to look at it like this. You grow from your failures. So write that down. I grow from everything. I grow from failure. I grow from love. I grow, period. And that's a beautiful thing. I grow huge. And you got to believe that, man. You're going to feel it, because you know what? I look at, people got all their collective beliefs and to increase their size. And you know what? That's a great way of getting into the game of, helping yourself out. And that's what the BCC is more or less about, increasing the size of your penis with all the techniques. And, that's going to help you obviously manifest the best, because it's been out for longer than, this guy talking to you, making your penis bigger goes way back in the beginning of whenever, man. Ever since a guy's seen a huge piece of meat swinging at the knees, they're like, this is what I want it even bigger. And that's what we do. And we intend on growth. We intend on making it the best. We intend on getting out of our way so that thing's just going to swing and grow and flow and be able to give you the best love flow that you can have along the way. And even if you're making love to yourself, that's still, there's still reason enough to give yourself, a bigger piece down there, because of course partners out there, they might not necessarily want you to have that, giant massive dong or whatever, and they might be a little intimidated. But I want to say this, your vibe attracts your tribe, and your size will always get a reflection of what it wants. So always believe in your size, and you're going to get a partner that appreciates your size, or at least is intrigued by the size. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to help you grow. And it's about being sexually strong and spiritually strong, and overall just a strong soul, because we're here together, man. And this avatar that we're in, or whatever this is, whatever matrix, whatever theory, religion, I'm here to talk. I'll talk it all, man. You want to talk Jesus Christ and aliens, any type of situation that you really believe in, I'm not here to get in your way, man. I'm here to vibrate with you. As long as you're coming with love, you're doing no wrong. And that's why, I can believe anybody's truths, because at the end of it all, who knows anything? You only know you. So always go in there, start writing what you need to know to grow, and that's where we're going with this, man. So there's just no need to overthink this stuff. Everybody's getting lost with other people's thoughts, and these thoughts might not even be our own. We're just a conduit for a manifestation of what we've been essentially doing. You've been doing everything every day, every way. You're going to get a reflection of this, that, and the other. So you got to change this to be able to start grabbing onto new thoughts. And that's why I always got to share my matrix hack, where if thoughts are things, let's create beautiful thoughts today. Anytime that you're going out there, you see somebody that's just standing in line, grocery store, at the gym, in traffic, you catch eyes real quick. If you can smile, make sure you just own that smile, really give them the grin. If they don't want to see a grin, don't do nothing, just make it in here, man, because that's where the smile is anyways. You don't have to just smile away at everybody. If you're not owning it, forget about it. But just intend on that person that you see. They have a beautiful day. Come with that love and go along your way. That's it. That's very simple. And I feel like when you're doing that, you're changing the matrix for the better. You are just putting out them love, just bubbles of just light and energy every which way that you can. And if the more people that do this, is the more magic that's going to happen. Because essentially we're connected at some type of level. And as long as we're throwing out that love, we're just creating a new world. And that's, that might sound real hippie and might sound whatever, but I just really believe that if you do this, you're going to get reflections of love coming your way. And that's something that I get on a day to day. I really see it. And you're going to get a better reflection. Don't go like people that always have tough guy attitudes. And I grew up old school, man, and I see people like, yeah, why's this guy looking at me? I don't know why, but all these people, they're always like looking at me like, like that guy, like whatever type of attitude. It's like, because you're thinking that. That's it. You know what I mean? It's like, you're the one that's creating that self-fulfilling prophecy of everybody wants to fight you. You know what I mean? And it's like, people that have other situations of, being tuned into the way, a cop treats you, or even seeing one. I mean, that's all in your mind. You're creating all that stuff because you're tuned to it. So instead of just, replaying negativity, let's just start, creating positivity. Start thinking about the things that you would like to see see today, instead of, thinking about, maybe, what, and if that's making you feel good, being that tough guy, like, yeah, somebody's got to be this, somebody's got to feel this. And I believe that's because it's true, man. If that's the story you gotta be, then do it. There's that guy, that David Goggins or whatever, and he's a true badass, and you gotta give a salute to him because, I think he does some crazy stuff. I've seen him on the London Reel. You know me, I'm a YouTube surfer just like you, and that guy, he's got that attitude where it's about being a badass, and he doesn't have that the lighter approach, and it works for him, but it's not the only way. And if you feel that that's the story that you got to deal with, then go, by all means, do it. You know what I mean? But I'm not here to say that you got to do the Goggins approach and go insane to get the results that you need. I mean, some people would like even think about muscle manifestation. There's so many different ways to skin a cat, and I don't recommend doing that. It's just that was just some, just a voice that came to me, some, Cartolano type of sound that's just in the matrix of what I am at, and because we're talking about some old school, situations, and, new moons always bring up the old school in some type of way, and, me going with the wu-wei flow, as long as I'm entertaining you and making you glow, I'm doing something right, and, and we're going with that. I'm just talking about, creating love and creating light, and you don't have to be the one that has to be the badass in every fight, all right? Unless that's your story that you want to do, but by all means, be it, man. Somebody's got to be the hero. And, I was just thinking the other day, just, I'm going to ramble on like a monkey in a tree. Forrest Gump analogy, had to give it to you. Movies, like 80s movies, now, back in the day, movies was more or less about one action hero. You know what I mean? You'd have like Rocky Balboa. You'd have Dalton from Roadhouse, Swayze. You know what I mean? And like now, you don't see these movies as much. You know what I mean? Of course, maybe a Vin Diesel movie or something, and it's just not as profound as what it once was, where it seemed like every other guy was just a Steven Seagal, a Van Damme, whatever it is. Like there was just a whole bunch of just individual everyday heroes, and now it's just like you got to see a superhero movie to think that it's possible. But I feel like we're all our own superhero, and we can all be a Dalton or a Van Damme or whatever that you want to be. And you don't have to, obviously some people might think that, those movies are corny or cheesy, but to each their own. I mean, they're entertaining nonetheless. Bloodsport, Kickbox, these are movies that just were entertaining. I understand that most people are looking on this nowadays, and there's nothing wrong with that, man. You don't have to be mad at the way that it's going to go. I just feel like this is a beautiful generation to be in, because essentially we have everything at our fingertips. You want to be a hippie and go hug a tree, let's go hug one. You want to be in the 80s and do some breakdancing stuff, let's go breakdance it out. You want to do some disco type of stuff, let's do it. We can talk about some old school movies if you're about it. But you know what? In this situation, you ain't got to be trapped in all these other types of conversations that don't need to be anymore. Sports and stuff. Hey, if you love sports, it's beautiful. But when you're talking to these guys, it just sounded like it could be like anybody. You don't know who Rod Radner is? Yeah, Radner, he's 6'7". He likes long walks on the beach. He's a Sagittarius. It's why do you know all this information about this guy? I mean, and honestly, obviously they'd be talking about, Heisman trophies and yardages and Arby's and all that, RB, we have the meats, whatever type of sports terminology, I'm not against them. It's just that I don't like to have to, in then certain situations you might have to just give somebody the satisfaction of, they're bouncing their ideas of sports back to somebody, but for the most part, you ain't got to entertain that. When if you're bartending or something, you might have to, all right, the game, what up? But I'm just saying, music, mate, I'm rambling away anyways, and as long as you're listening to that, man, the cool thing about this era is we got everything. You ain't got to be lost in other people's thoughts. You can go back and erase anything that you didn't serve you today. You can rewrite it, play it out the way you wanted to see it. And of course, whenever the situation has to come where you have to succumb to what happened and, ride your storm and, you call this a storm? It's going to be you and me. I had to give you some LTD, Lieutenant Dan analogy. You have to ride out your storm is all I'm saying, man. And that's what it's all about, man. You grow from your failures. You grow from everything. And I'm here to tell you that you guys are beautiful. Spread some love today. Watch some movies if it makes you happy. Watch some YouTube if it makes you happy. Do anything that makes you happy today. But one of the best things that you can do, spread that love out there. Do something nice for somebody. Always start with gratitude, because gratitude is the attitude. And every step that you get to take today, every breath that you get to take, feel that. I want you to really just feel that. That is life, man. You are here. You got a shot today. Say it. I got a shot. Every breath that you take, I got a shot. And that's what we're going with. So don't forget that. Spread the love. You got a shot. Make sure that you guys are, obviously getting at me in my social media. I got my wolf, my bear, whole bunch of beautiful experiences to share, coffee time, this and that. Make sure you guys are doing the due diligence of giving me the Arthur Fonzarelli, hey, you know, the thumbs up like, man, because he's helped me out, man. It feels good to do this. I mean, you know, Fonzie liked doing it. I don't know, you probably don't even know who he is, but if you did, he was the guy that did this a lot. And just like Rocky Balboa likes to say, hey, yo, I didn't hear no bell. So make sure you ring the bell. If not for me, do it for Sly. Do it because you love this guy, but do it for what's inside. Do it for you, because you guys are beautiful. So spread that love. I'll be seeing yous around. We're gonna always grow. We are beautiful. Peace.